What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another tutorial video on FiveM. In this video I will be showing you guys how to install your own loading screens. There are a lot of different versions out there. I will be using this one right here, the glitch loading screen. I like the simple, basic, with a little twist loading screens, so that's why I'm picking this one. There are a lot of different ones out there and they all relatively work the same way. As long as you can understand basic code, you can pretty much edit them to whatever way you want. So the link for this one will be in the description, and this one has a couple of different versions depending on what you want. We're gonna pick this first one with the background image. So all we're gonna do is go ahead and go to the download link on GitHub. Wait for that to load. I do apologize, for some reason my computer's just been very hormonal today. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the code button and hit download zip. Once that's downloaded, we're going to go ahead and drag that to our desktop so we can work with it and close this out. Now my server I got located right here on our desktop, easy to work with. We're going to go ahead and open that up, go into our server data, to our resources. Your resources folder might be somewhere else. Just go to wherever you save your resources. Then we're going to go ahead and open up this WinZip file and just drag that right there just like that, and we can delete this now. We don't need it. Next thing we're going to do is go ahead and rename this to just loading screen. That way it's nice and basic. Let's rename that again so we can copy this text, or if you're confident you can just remember what it's called. Go into your server.cfg and just type in loading screen, just like that, and there you go. Now it's going to be having no issues whatsoever to start up. Let's go ahead and edit it just a little bit. So go back into your loading screen. There's a couple of different things. You got a readme in here. Sometimes the readme gives you great information. This one really doesn't. It just gives you a couple of different links. So one thing you can do is in your image, right here's the image that will load up with the loading screen. You can go ahead and change that. All you do is drag another full picture in here and then name it whatever this one is named. And then remove this one or rename this to something else. Same with the music. This right here is the music that comes with it, so let's go ahead and listen to it. So that's not too bad, but what we're going to do is I want to use a different one. So we're just going to name this loading original so we can keep the original file. And I'm going to drag mine in there. So let's play this one and see what this one sounds like. So as you can see, that one has a little bit more of a twist to it. Like, it just makes it, it's going to make it seem a lot cooler. So we're going to go that one. I will have the download link for that sound clip right here in the description as well if you choose you want that one for your introduction. And then the next thing is pretty much your index.html. This is where all the magic happens. This is where you edit it for your liking. So go ahead and open it any way you want. I use Visual Studio Code. Now with this particular one, you're going to go ahead, and they usually make it very obvious for you. Just look for something like right here. It says name server, role play. So that's obviously the things we're going to change. So we're going to go ahead and change the name server to YouTube server. We're going to go ahead and copy that whole thing. We're going to make sure that, I don't know why this is lined up, it should be like that. But you can see this one right here in the parentheses. We should be changing that as well. There you go. And then this right here is going to be the subtext, which means it's going to be located underneath the server name. It's just a little description, so roleplay. Let's get going. We can name it whatever we want, just like that. And we're going to save it. Now, if you are familiar with HTML and CSS coding, you can go ahead and read over this and see exactly what they do. If you want to change a couple of things, I recommend not messing with it too much. Just change wherever the obvious is. A lot of times people, they'll have a, I forget what the heck the thing is for HTML. I think it's this right here. I don't remember what the comment out is, but I have a comment out here saying like, change the name only or something. A lot of times developers, when you download a script, they'll have that. I haven't done HTML in a while and I don't seem to remember how to comment things out in there, but that's perfectly fine. Again, just look for the simple stuff where it tells you, oh, here's the title and here's your description, and just change that and don't touch anything else. So now that that's all the way done, we're going to go ahead and start our server and make sure that the loading screen starts. And all we're looking for is right here, started resource loading screen. That means we are now ready to connect to the server and test this out. So let's go ahead and open up FiveM. And as you can see, as soon as I open up FiveM, the localhost button appears. If you properly started your server on the correct ports and everything, it'll automatically show this button. If it doesn't show this button, that's no problem. Just hit F8, type connect localhost, just like that. We're not going to use that. We're just going to go ahead and hit the button. And now we're going to enjoy this introduction while we load into the server. As you can see along the bottom, there's a little loading bar as well, so users can see that it's actually doing something and it doesn't seem like it's stuck in place. As you can see, it did regulate the music as soon as we got in there, so that might be something we can check out here in just a second. So let's let this finish loading in, and then we're going to go ahead and see if we can mess with the sound of it, because it seems a little quiet. It first started very loud, and then went very quiet. But as you can see, that's pretty much it. Loads in with no issues, and there we go. And I love when you spawn in a terrible spot like that. But let's go back and see if we can play with the sound a little bit, if there's an option for that. It may have just been something normal. Let's go into the in-text HTML one more time. Let's see if there's something with the sound. So music loading, audio MP3. Right here it loads the MP3 source. So as you can see, audio ID loading. So that means it's pulling information from a CSS file. That CSS file is going to be located right here, .css, style.css. So we're going to go ahead and open that up as well. I use Visual Studio Code. And then in here, we're going to just search for loading, because that is load. Let's search for MP3. I forgot what the heck. See what happens? You forget what you're doing, and it just happens. So let's open this up again, because I forgot. ID loading. Is it in here maybe? It is in here. Okay, so it's not in the style sheet. I don't know why they did that. They declared it and it's already inside here. It could be just that's how it works now. Like I said, I haven't worked with it in a while. So you can see here, volume, minimum volume, +1, max volume, -1. So you can see right here is the volume. And it looks like right here is the video volume. So let's turn that to 6 and see if that increases it a little bit. And now remember, every time you do changes, you have to restart your server. So let's load it up again and see if that right there changed the volume a little bit to make it a little bit louder. So I gotta restart my FiveM again. And also guys, leave a like, leave a subscribe if you want to see future content. I know I haven't been pushing out a lot of videos, but you know, life happens. So let's see if the volume's up. So it does seem it regulated the volume a little bit. So I think I like it the way it is right here. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it right here. There it is. There's a very basic glitch loading screen for your FiveM server. I like it. It's basic, and it's just, you know, it's great. Again, the link for this background loading screen will be in the description along with the music I used. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.